this is a favourite topic. Minimum record standards for authority data. Wow. Those of you who attended Ian Dunn's talk, he talked about minimum record standards being emblazoned on your arm. Yes. Yes, we do need to look at this. I'll share this with everyone who cares to know. We contribute our records to NACO, and Library of Congress very kindly are the filter through which they get there, and certainly they've mandated that of us. So anything that we do, we have to provide source found and source not found and a whole range of other things to meet a certain minimum requirement. Now, we need to address that definitely. There will be a whole range of standards and business rules around this service that we need to put in place.
Another expert advisory group coming on, Bemal.
Bemal, we use Library of Congress authorities without any changes. We download our database, no local system number, but it has the Library of Congress number. Can we upload those, and what happens if it clashes with one of yours?
At this stage, if it's just carrying the Library of Congress number, we can't do it. But it's part of the scope of this project to work out what other additional match points we need to try and build into the data that we have, because at the moment, without moving to something like extended or enhanced authorities, just to be able to upload an authority and match on a string is a text string is problematic for us. We can't do it. So, no.
With the Libraries Australia search, you can actually catalogue, which is a minimum standard, which should then later be checked, which I believe probably isn't happening. Is something going to happen about those?
Sorry, I don't know if I understand the question.
Okay. I believe a lot of if you're cataloguing onto Libraries Australia cataloguing client, or you're uploading, then you're going through your systems, which has the 600s, 610s, 650s, etc., which is a lot of the authority records. When you're using Libraries Australia search, there is a simple input screen that you can use, which doesn't require any, obviously, authorities. People just type in what they like. Is anything being done about upgrading those records?
No, is the simple answer. Any records submitted via web input form, you're right, there can be variability in terms of the forms used. The names are not put into a field that would necessarily translate to a link in an authority record. So the names are added, they're not added as, I think I can say this here, 1xx's, so it's not subject to linking, but yes, there are variant forms in there that we would have to look at. And again, this will come down to work that we want to do in terms of the bigger picture with things like the Virtual International Authority file, to be able to have more sophisticated options for building authorities based on those names, or enhanced authorities based on those names, and finding matches to authorised forms.
We might just continue with a few more slides and then again stop for questions and discussion. I'd like to just mention briefly the development of the cataloguing system, which has just started literally within the last day or two. So later this year, or at hopefully the very latest early next year, we will be implementing an upgrade to the cataloguing system. We're moving to version 4.1 of CBS. The biggest benefit of this development will probably be transparent to you. It is to support SRU update to allow us to transmit records across to WorldCat, and hopefully in the future to transmit and or receive records from other library systems. As part of the development or as part of the implementation of SRU update, we're also over the next several months going to be adding OCLC bibliographic record identifiers to most of the records in the MBD. We're doing this for two reasons. One, to enhance our ability to match records which are either sent to or received from WorldCat. And the other reason we're doing it is that in the development of the search service, the Libraries Australia search service, which is part of the single business development project, we are looking to use OCLC's work level identifiers to provide FRBRised displays of records in that new service. And to enable us to do that, we need to have the OCLC bib record identifiers in our records. So that's one of the changes you will notice in the coming months, is that the OCLC numbers will be appearing in all of our records. Other aspects of CBS 4.1, there will be a number of other minor enhancements and bug fixes which will improve the usability of the cataloguing client. The @ symbol, which, as those of you who are using the client will know, is the filing indicator that's used in title tags. The software upgrade will actually automatically insert that indicator for you in the future. There will also be a display of the search string on the brief results presentation screens. Certainly one of the things we've had feedback on with the system currently is that you get the brief results screen, but it doesn't tell you what the search was that you've just run. So that will be added. There'll be a few more other behind the scenes things. We'll be improving the level of support for Unicode in match merge. Obviously the system uses Unicode behind the scenes. It's the data encoding, character encoding standard that we use within the database, and there'll be some improvements to the way the matching algorithms use or can handle Unicode data. We'll also be getting improved support for the display of bidirectional scripts. At the moment we've actually implemented that as a patch on our current system, but it's going to be included in the actual software release for the new version. And one last thing to mention is that the web cataloguing interface will support the use of cataloguing format dependent punctuation within fields within that web cataloguing form. What that translates into is the ability for users to enter several subfields in the one string of data. At the moment, as you may be aware if anybody's using the web cataloguing form, each subfield is entered in a separate box, a separate field on the screen. So there will be some increased flexibility there. We still have to do some work as to how we'll actually configure that and how it will be actually made available for users of that interface.